Hi, it's the Carter Man. It is Thursday evening. Thursday evening. I'm sitting in front of my favorite new sign there. Can you see what it says? Carter Man Podcast. From Coffee with the Carter Man, which you can see every Tuesday by noon on all of the social media platforms. Okay? Check it out, Coffee with the Carter Man. It is the #1 political activist podcast on the internet. I guess starring yours truly, but the really important part of it, the feature part of it, is the interview I do in each and every episode with a real top newsmaker, strategist, expert on the political scene, who lets you know what's really going on behind the scenes in Washington, D.C., which is increasingly vitally important. And that brings me to what I really want to talk to you about. I just read, and some of you probably just read the same thing, that it turns out that the FBI in no way encouraged any informants to provoke any violence on January 6th. Just didn't happen. It did not happen. Now they're admitting they had informants there now, but they told us for almost 4 years they didn't have any informants there. Oh, but then we found out they did. They had lied, and keep that word in mind as we proceed here. They had lied about that, but now they're assuring us, okay, all right, we lied, but none of our informants encouraged any kind of violence. Now, how do we know that? How do we know that's a fact of the matter? Well, the Department of Justice just concluded their study. Their guy named Horowitz, special prosecutor, end quote, unquote, special cover-up artist, and he said in his Department of Justice report, well, no, the FBI informants, who we were first told weren't even there, they certainly didn't do anything that would have encouraged violence, by golly. That's what Mr. Horowitz said. Now, we know it's true because the Department of Justice, which owns the FBI, assures us the FBI did nothing wrong. So, essentially, you know it's true because one government agency told you that about another government agency, which they happen to be in charge of. You getting the picture here? Are you getting the picture? Quite frankly, what the picture is ain't very pretty, and that is you cannot believe one single word the United States government tells you now. Nothing. As a matter of fact, if the government says it, it is very likely a lie. Bank on it, bet on it, because that's what they do and have done to us for decades now, we now know, okay? Remember the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? Oh, it was a lie. It was a lie. Oh, well, what the heck? No harm done. No harm done. You destroyed an entire country, but killed probably hundreds of thousands of people, but no harm done. Well, we have to take out the Taliban in Afghanistan, except when we flee Afghanistan and hand over the country to them after 20 years and thousands of American lost lives, others horribly injured. So it was a lie, because Afghanistan is in the hands of the Taliban now, and the U.S. is still around. But let's get back to the big J6 lie, okay, shall we? It's one of my favorite headlines. J6 committee chairman, Bernie Thompson, now says he would welcome a Trump pardon. Why does Bernie Thompson, the chairman of the bogus J6 committee hearing, need a government pardon? Because they lied to us throughout the entire hearing. We now know that their mall Liz Cheney, one horrible looking moll, destroyed 117 files. Should go to jail for it, but she's lying and saying that well, it didn't mean it didn't amount to anything. Well, sure as hell did. It ended up getting a lot of people locked in the gulag. And now Bernie, he kind of wants a pardon, just so when all his lies are uncovered, nothing can be done to him. That's where we are with the American government. Now, let me finish with this. For a decade, our government has told us one of the worst terrorists in the world is Jelani, horrible Al-Qaeda terrorist, except for the fact that we have been supplying him with money and weapons for that decade. An Al-Qaeda terrorist. We have sided with Al-Qaeda and ISIS in order to overthrow the government of Syria, and with Turkey. Yeah. And we were lied to about it. We were told he's a horrible terrorist. He was on the State Department watch list, and they offered a $10 million reward for him. That's how serious we are getting Jelani, except for the fact that we're not, because we're funding him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now, he, at our behest, is destroying Syria. Oh, but he's not targeting anyone. He's really a nice guy now, except for the fact that they're beheading people and torturing people to death, Christians in particular. Once again, our government lied to us, but no harm done, unless you're one of those people who's dying a horrible death over there now. Folks, pray that Trump takes office, and pray that when he takes office, he cleans out the U.S. government, top to bottom, because it's a den of thieves and liars, and we simply can't tolerate it anymore. Let's back him to the hilt. Make sure his appointments gets through, because we either clean the house or the house of cards comes down. That's all there is to it. Let's do this thing.